Today on All Out Brick, we're going to be taking a look at Bionicle set 8556, the Boxor. We're going to build it, review it, and then give out a score. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Christian from All Out Brick. Welcome to another Matanui Monday. As always, the best way to tag along with us every week is to subscribe and turn on notifications. Today we're going to be featuring set 8556, the Boxor from 2002. This was released as a part of the Bionicle line and was really the Matoran's way of fighting a Bow-Rock. There's a story of an owner Matoran named Nuparu who figured out how to take Bow-Rock parts and create a machine that could be piloted by a Matoran. This was then used as a part of the fight against the Bow-Rock swarms on the island of Matanui. Nuparu was stuck in a cave with a Galak, and I'm not sure how exactly he figured out how to make the Boxor, but he did, and here we are. We now have forces that can fight the Bow-Rock from a Matoran perspective. Taking a look at the front of the box, we see the Boxor itself swinging its arm forward, and it looks like it's in a Pokoro region. We see the huts in the background there, and we have the Bionicle logo in the top left, ages 8+, 157 pieces. The sides of the box aren't too interesting, so hopping right onto the back, we have different images of the Boxor, and we even see the alternate model for the Boxor. Normally we get combination models, but since this is just a lone thing, it's simply just an alternate model. It shows the different functions of the arm swinging back and forth, and the Boxor stepping forwards. It also comes with a single Matoran / Tahunga, and on the top of the box we have a new advertisement for Bionicle.com that shows a new game and some new layouts from the site, mainly highlighting the different Krana. Inside we receive two bags that are not numbered, as well as the instructions for each model and some advertisement material from 2002. What we're going to do, since there's two models, is I'm going to build one, review that model, build the other, and then review that model. So let's go ahead and get started with the first model build. After 20 minutes, I have the first model that's included with the Boxor set. This one is kind of like the main model. It's the one we see the most in the comics and everything. So I decided to start with this one first. Overall, I really like it. It's definitely something new. It gives the Matoran kind of like an army builder type of thing. It's like this, definitely they got this built mechanism to it. It doesn't look machined. It just kind of looks like someone did throw it together a little bit. Some really great color parts in here. We have like orange color Bow-Rock parts, and there's definitely a lot of things included with this that I am happy with. Although you do have to keep in mind this definitely isn't only composed of Bow-Rock parts. I think Nuparu got a little creative in the cave and what he was able to find. Maybe some mining equipment helped him build this. I'm sure that's part of the case. The biggest standout for me in this model is the mechanisms that are used to make the punches go through. The feet are able to be pushed down, and when the feet are pushed down, the arm launches forwards. And what you can do is you can do one at a time or both. It works very similar to like how the Terracotta punched. The right side controls the right one, the left one controls the left one, and if you do both at the same time, they both go. Now, I didn't like how powerful the punches were, mainly on the back end. They go forwards pretty fast, but they don't retract very hard at all, which if you're trying to latch onto a Bow-Rock's like lid or mask, you're not going to be able to pull that off with the speed that these go. You're going to have to actually jerk it back. That's not that big of a deal though. It does punch forward pretty hard. It could definitely stun him, maybe a little daze him. But like I said before, it's very well done. Whoever designed this model deserves a lot of credit. There's a lot of new pieces here that we haven't seen in previous Bionicle models that are utilized in order to make this mechanism a possibility. It's just so much more intricate than what I imagined. It's definitely a little more compact as well. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger. However, that's not a complaint. That's just they managed to do all this in something that's not that big. You know, a lot of credit to the designers on that one. Nuparu also sits very snug inside of his seat, and how you get him in there is you lift up the top of the Boxor, and then you can slide Nuparu in or out depending on how you have it set up. You can also do this with any of the other Matoran that are from like the 2001 style. I'm not sure if the later Matoran that we'll see in 2003's line fit in here. I doubt they do. It seems like it's built for these ones specifically. Anyways, you could just create an army of these things. Like imagine like 6 Boxors, like one with each of the Matoran, like the Matoran or the Tahunga that were from the 2001 line. That would just be awesome. Like it's so, This one definitely sticks with me pretty hard. Like, the Boxor design to me is pretty iconic in my mind. When I think of Bionicle, the Boxor is actually one of those like first handful of things I think of. I don't know if that's the case with everybody, but for me personally, when like I was much younger, I just remember never having the Boxor, and now that I do have it, man, like I really, it's great. I really do like this model. Of course, there is a second model that we have to get to, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this one apart, and then we're gonna build the second variation that's included with this set. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Okay, so I just finished up the second model for the Boxor set. It took about 15 minutes to build. I think a little less than that, more about that 14 and a half minute range. Anyways, this absolutely looks like it's from the same family as the Boxor. However, it doesn't look identical. It doesn't look super similar, and I really like that. You know, this definitely feels like Nuparu invented this one as well. Even though we see the one that he invented in the cave with the first model, this feels close enough. It's got some new mechanisms built in that are very similar. This time on the back of this model, there's these little orange Technic connectors that you can twist to make the arms go up and down, which I'm not an enormous fan of this function because there's no way to really pull the Boxor's masks off or their face shields off. I don't know, you can just like bop them on the head, or like, I guess it doesn't have to be a Boxor. It could be a Boxor Va that you're hitting on top of the head with this thing. That would make a lot more sense here. So this would probably attack the Boxor Va because it really can't pull that face shield off, like I said, and get the Krana out. The way that the Matoran sit in this version is also a little bit different. In the first one, they're kind of like in a seat. In this one, their arms are dangling up into like this harness system, and then the face shield comes down and covers their eyes, which I think this is an excellent detail if they meant to do it on purpose, because when it's running through like the Po Koro or like Po Rahi and like Onu Koro regions, you're gonna want to have a face shield from all that dust coming up in your face. I guess it doesn't matter as much for Bionicles, but yeah, I feel like this is a really nice little thing to have, this little visor. The way that it keeps the Matoran in place is also slightly different. This time there's rubber bands and you pull the face shield up, drop the Matoran in, and let it go, compared to the first model where we had that like Matoran arm in the back and you could like rotate it up and then it would hold in place. This is a little bit easier to use, and I think that out of the two, if this holding system for the Matoran was put in the first model, it would pretty much be a perfect model in my eyes, aside from, you know, the weakness when it was pulling back. But I do like this harnessing system much better than the one where you had to slip him in on his waist. In terms of price, what you're going to find these days for the Boxor is about $50, $60 used, and $80 to $100 brand new, maybe even a little bit more than that. It seems like it's been going up recently. So with that being said, definitely jump on this if you're interested in it. I really enjoyed the Boxor models. I think the color scheme is really great. It's something we haven't seen, like the black and the orange, the grays. It's a very muted with a little bit of some nice vivid colors in there. I really like that design. It absolutely widens the world of Onu Koro to me. So definitely put this more towards the top of your list when it comes to potential Bionicles. It's kind of in that range of like not super expensive and not inexpensive. So take that as you will. You know, if you're a collector, you're getting into Bionicle, use those price ranges as like kind of your guide and decide what you want to do with it. As for a score, I'm going to give the Boxor an 8.3. It's a pretty good set. It's nothing that I would say like, you need it now. It's not now. But it is a really nice one. There's really nothing to be disappointed with here. It absolutely builds up your Matoran army a little bit, gives them some mechs to kind of use and fight against the different Rahi or Borak swarms or something like that. So I would say, you know, get this set when you have the chance. Definitely put it more towards the priorities and less towards I'll get this at the end, because again, those prices have been rising recently, so you don't want to wait a super long time. So 8.3, that's your review. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to be the first to see all of our future content. Also be sure to check us out on our website and on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Until next time, stay bricking.